Thank you and welcome. Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Senator Girdler.
Here, and I've got my attorney with me too, so y'all be aware.
Senator Maiden. Senator Thomas. Representative Petrie. Representative Stalker.
Present.
Representative Thomas.
Present.
Co-Chair McPherson.
Here.
Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Present. Thank you, Madam Secretary. All right, we do have a quorum. So with that, I would like to ask, do we have a motion and a second to approve the June meeting minutes? Motion by Representative Thomas, seconded by Co-Chair McPherson. Does any member object? All right, Catherine, will you please report the correspondence and information?
There are 5 correspondence and information items to report. Pursuant to KRS 26A1681, KRS 45793, and KRS 45818, the Administrative Office of the Courts, the Finance and Administration Cabinet with the Commonwealth Office of Technology reporting independently, and post-secondary institutions managing their own capital construction under KRS 164A580 transmitted quarterly capital project status reports. Pursuant to KRS 45812-1, through their fiscal ages, 4 school districts, none of which needed additional tax levies to pay debt service, reported outcoming debt issues to finance new projects. School districts were Dare County, Bell County, Edmonson County, and Powell County. Pursuant to KRS 56823-11A, the Division of Real Properties reported 2 square footage lease modifications under $50,000. Pursuant to House Bill 6, the Kentucky Community and Technical College System reported 6 new asset preservation projects. And pursuant to House Bill 6-1, Eastern Kentucky University and Murray State University reported various asset preservation project allocations and reallocations. The Kentucky Communications Network Authority's response to the committee's budgetary history queries are included in the packet, and KCNA representatives are in the audience to answer any questions related to its budgetary history.
Thank you, Catherine. Are there any questions on these items? I do have one question, and I do apologize. I'm not sure who, perhaps from the Finance and Administration Cabinet is here, but it would be regarding the stream mitigation projects pool. Who might we?
Janice could answer.
Janice. Hello, Miss Janice. Thank you. And Janice, if you don't mind introducing yourself, because I think you're next on the agenda as well. Okay.
Hello, I'm Janice Thomas, Deputy State Budget Director, and I'll try to answer your questions. And if I'm not able to today, I will definitely get back with you and your staff.
Okay. Thank you, Janice. I know that we periodically receive quarterly reports, so this is just one of those quarterly reports. Perhaps it zoomed past me. On page, it would be 21 of page 27 on the capital project status report. It's the one print dated 7/16/2025. When I'm looking at the FILO stream mitigation projects pool, it's Rogers Gap, and it's the County of Scott pool. The status says it's complete but not closed out. And then it was reported to Capital Projects and Bonds Oversight Committee on October 18th, 2011. So then when I fast forward and I look at more of the detail around the cabinet, let's see, where is, oh, sorry. It indicates that it's being held open and in fact has about $1 million stream mitigation projects pool Rogers Gap On 12/1/17 is the scheduled closeout. So December 1st, 2017, and the account balance is $1,065,106.12. This project account will need to stay open for a repair. Help me understand sort of the accountability of that's just one example, because there's hundreds of millions of dollars in here, but that's just one example of $1 million kind of sitting aside that's been sitting there for about 14, 15 years.
I don't have the details of the project and with the dates and how long ago it was. It would be something that I could definitely check back into for you. But the FILO stands for Fee in Lieu of Stream Mitigation Funds, and those are funds that they're administered through the Fish and Wildlife. But I will definitely get back with you on this project as to any specifics that you have of why it's still held open and hasn't been closed with that million plus balance. I'm not able to do that for you today.
I understand, and I'm just bringing this. How is this operationally or as a process? Is this a typical process, or is this an unusual situation from your understanding of how these fee in lieu of works?
Well, I'm not sure as to the detail of what's going on here. I would need to research that to better understand any difference or nuance than a regular process. So I'd like to learn a little bit more before I try to answer your questions, because I don't want to lead you down the wrong path.
Thank you. And
Sure.
And like several others in this committee, this is my third session, and I'm trying to better understand what my job is here.
I certainly want to be a resource, and I will help you in any way that I can. I'm happy to do that.
Thank you.
Sure.
You are often a wonderful resource. Any other questions as we move on to the next phase of our agenda? Okay, thank you. Ms. Thomas, you can stay. We have the project report from the Finance and Administrative Cabinet from our Deputy State Budget Director, Ms. Janice.
Thank you. Okay, as I said, Janice Thomas, Deputy State Budget Director. I have 5 projects to report to you today. It's a myriad of projects this time, so we get a little taste of many different things with authority that's within the statutory purview. So the first item on the agenda is and we'll go one at a time, and I will go according to your lead, Chair.
Yes,
So-
and Janice, thank you. I decided that I didn't really want to roll them together. They're two such distinct
Sure.
projects.
Yes.
Again, I think 4 of us are new on the committee, so just in case people want to ask a few more questions.
Well, these first couple are kind of interesting. So I'll try to fill you in and give you the background, and hopefully you'll have an understanding of why we've approached and presented them in the way that we have today. So the first is the Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet, Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources. It's the Camp Earl Wallace Dining Hall project in the amount of $8 million, funded with 64% federal funds and 36% agency funds. And those funds would be coming from the Fish and Game Fund to construct a new dining hall to replace the existing dining hall that has exceeded its useful life. The new dining hall will fill the need to increase capacity and to accommodate the minimum of 250 campers. So a little bit of background here. So this project was set up both in the 22-24 and the 24-26 enacted budget as separate line item projects for the same purpose, with funding source split of 57% federal and 43% restricted, so a total of $8 million. The reason for authorizing a new project pursuant to the authority of KRS 45760(7) is because of the funding source split. So here we have an instance where there's going to be an increase of federal funds of $560,000, and with the funding in the enacted budgets, instead of decreasing restricted funds, which we do not have authority to do, we decided to do a new project with the same purpose, same funding, total $8 million. It's just the fund source split changed. And that's what we're reporting on today. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice. So the 5.1 million in federal and the 2.9 in restricted, that's what is being reported. And how has
I'll
that?
give you the exact numbers. The federal was $5,120,000. The restricted would be $2,880,000, and that's a fund source split of 64-36%. Whereas before it was a 57-43% split with 3.4 million and some change restricted and 4.56 in federal in the prior.
And will there be any anticipation that that might be pulled back, as we have seen a bit of a pullback on some of the federal
Not at this
funds?
point. I don't have information that would indicate that, but I never say never.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Representative Petrie?
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for the explanation. Is there any, just have me put a little context around this, is there going to be any other consequences that flow from issuing a new project, delay in processing?
No.
Or anything else? It's just new project and best route to go?
Yes.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Great. And this does require a roll call vote. Do I have a motion? Representative Thomas? Second? Representative Stalker? Thank you. Secretary, will you call the roll?
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Thomas. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair McPherson.
Yes.
Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Yes. Thank you. That passes with favorable expression.
Thank
You
you.
may continue to the
Okay.
next.
Next, we have an appropriation increase for a line item project pursuant to the authority of KRS 45760, paren 6. This is the General Government Department of Military Affairs Construct Armory Addition Shelbyville project. It's an appropriation increase of $2 million, of which 1.5 of the $2 million appropriation increase will be federal and 500,000 will be restricted funds, bringing the total appropriation for the project to $6 million. With 4.5 of that, the new $6 million, 4.5 will be federal and 1.5 will be state funds. And of those state funds, 1 million would be bonds and 500,000 would be restricted funds. The increase is due to the Kentucky National Guard receiving direction to raise the per square footage cost to meet the U.S. Corps of Engineers project pricing guidelines, account for current market conditions regarding construction and material costs, and security measures to meet required anti-terrorism protections. Therefore, 67% of the increase is due to federal directive and market adjustments, and 33% of the increases are due to enhanced security. This project was originally authorized in the 24-26 budget with a total of $4 million. $3 million was federal and $1 million was in bond funds.
That's great. Thank you. Do we have any questions? All right, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden.
Oh, forgive me. I need a motion to even consider this. Chair McPherson? Senator Maiden. Thank you. All right, Ms. Secretary, sorry for the lack of proper instruction.
Yes, ma'am. Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Thomas. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair McPherson.
Yes.
Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Yes. That passes with favorable expression. Thank you. You can begin with the information items.
Okay, so the next two projects I have are emergency repair, maintenance, or replacement projects, and the authority for these are pursuant to 45760G and 45780. I have a wrong mark here. Let me make that. The Tourism, Arts, and Heritage, Department of Parks, Fort Boonesboro flood remediation, February. Do I have the right date on that? I got 2025. Let me double check my notes here. The project, it's in the amount of $3,950,000 for the Kentucky Department of Parks. This project's located in Madison County and is funded with insurance proceeds and federal funds from FEMA, which is the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The FEMA will reimburse at 75% of the cost of the project, and insurance proceeds will cover the balance. This project will move the primary campground electrical infrastructure outside of the floodplain. The current infrastructure was submerged under floodwaters during the February and April 2025 floods, disrupting electrical services to the campgrounds. The new electrical infrastructure will be constructed to meet the requirements of the local electrical utility provider to support discussions relating to the provider presuming ownership and operation of the infrastructure. We'll move on to the next?
Yes.
Okay. The second emergency project.
One second, James.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
Rep.
Just real quick, for clarification purposes, we funded in the budget, I forgot, 20 or 40 million dollars for different pieces around the state, different parks to take electrical, get it up to par, and then hand it over to local co-ops and others to maintain that rather than the state being in that business. Is this one of those pieces?
I'd like, is there someone from tourism here? Are they all on virtual? See who my contacts are for this. Mike Hammond.
And if not, that's fine. If you can just, if someone can let me know, I'm just trying to keep track of it to make sure.
Sure, I
we're
believe
moving
it
along.
is one of these projects, but we have a spreadsheet that we
Very
keep a running total, and I'd be happy to check
If you-
on those and
if
get
you'll
back
just
with you.
Send me a message.
Janice,
back,
this
please.
is Mike Hammond. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Mike.
Hi. So this project is.
I'm
is
sorry,
one-
Mike, would you mind introducing yourself for the record? Thanks.
Mike Hammond, Assistant Director for Facilities Management for Parks.
And thanks for being here, Mike. You're needed. Okay,
So-
did you understand Rep. Petrie's question?
I think so. And this is the emergency repair for Fort Boonesborough, if I heard Janice correctly.
Correct.
Yes, this project is not one of the infrastructure projects, Mr. Petrie. This one is a FEMA repair from flood damage at that park.
Okay, that's exactly what I needed to know. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to follow up on that question, though. If there are meaningful dollars allocated, was Boonesborough just not part of those dollars that also required the electrical infrastructure to be brought up to code? And I don't recall, though. I was in a presentation about a year ago about all of the parks that needed that sort of electrical upgrades.
So this is Mike Hammond again. Basically, we prioritize those. Obviously, Fort Boonesborough as a campground would not have been on that list. Our original prioritization was to cover those resort parks that we often saw be stood up in times of need for Kentucky residents to shelter in. So we kind of prioritized our list that way.
That's helpful, Mike. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's great, Janice. I think you have one more item for us.
Yes, I do. Well, no, two more.
Two more, and one I think we need to take action on.
The next project is it's an emergency or repair project for the Justice and Public Safety Cabinet, Kentucky State Police. This is the Supply Branch Facility Fire July 2024 project in the amount of $2,621,600. This project was previously reported in December of 24 in the amount of $2,430,500. The amendment is to increase the project by $191,000. It's funded with $2,611,600 from insurance reimbursement and $10,000 from the 24-26 maintenance pool. The amendment is necessary based on the current low bid for the construction of the project.
Okay, are there any questions? Okay, thank you. So this next will also not require action. I misread my notes there.
That's
Thank
okay. Shake me up a little bit today. It's no problem. So this last project is reporting of a pool project in excess of $1 million. The authority exists within the budget bill. It's the Justice and Public Safety Cabinet, Department of Criminal Justice Training, the Weber Building HVAC repair project in the amount of $1,170,590, and it's funded with restricted fund maintenance pools. The Weber Building is a core instructional facility located on DOCJT campus in Richmond, Kentucky. This project removes and replaces the aging HVAC mechanical equipment, installs a new HVAC building system controls and monitoring alarms, corrects the layout of the geothermal well field to improve the efficiency and functionality. It performs related electrical and system integration to support the upgraded infrastructure. And I will just add this. Not sure you want to know, but it's coming. The sources of the funds is coming from 3 maintenance pools. It's closing out the 1820 pool, which had about 160,000 and some change in it, and then depletes the funding from the 2224 pool of about 64,000 and some change, and then the larger part, 945 plus, comes from the 2426 pool. So we're depleting older pools, and we're now back to the newer pools. Little more than you wanted to know, but sharing with you.
And Representative Petrie?
Thank you, Chair. All good. Just geothermal well deficiencies is what I'm gathering. That part of what we're doing. Do you have any idea how long the geothermal's been there? And this is why I asked. Geothermal's not been around that long. Wouldn't think that it would have been in this building that long, which raises questions of, was it a bad system from the beginning? Is anything being pursued, or is this just something happens?
Well, I appreciate your question, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to grab some folks from the Department of Criminal Justice training. I believe Kevin Rader's here, and the Commissioner. You want to come to the table? One or both? To the rescue.
See, I knew you would be ready.
Thank you, gentlemen. And if you would introduce yourselves for the record.
Mike Bossy.
You have to, there you go.
Mike Bossy, Commissioner, Department of Criminal Justice Training.
Kevin Rader, Assistant Director of the Administrative Division at Department of Criminal Justice Training. Very good question, Representative. This system itself, it did go in the original installation of that building it's around 22 years ago. Mm-hmm. We've had some issues on and off and brought in specialists to look at that. One of the fixes early on was to put in a supplemental. So the issue that we had was keeping the space warm in the winter. Mm-hmm. So a couple things happened. I think the system was missized in the initial construction.
Sure. And
there could be some depletion of the ground, I guess, dispelling or absorbing the heat during, as the wells get older. Mm-hmm. So what we did with this project is, at that time, we brought in a supplemental heat basically to keep the space hot or warm during the winter. And what this system does is it services the back end of the track of we have an 1/8 of a mile track, indoor running track that our officers train in. So this services the back half of it. So what we're going to do with this project is properly size the wells and properly size the system so we can get rid of the supplemental heat.
So we can take care of if I may, we can make good use of the remaining pools to cure a persistent problem and hopefully right size and not have the problem and get rid of the supplemental.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. Very good. Thank you. That's what I need. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Janice.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right. And I do believe we do have action items on the lease report from the Finance Cabinet. And Natalie will be joining us remotely from the Division of Real Properties to present on item number 5, a tenant improvement fund. And this does require action. Natalie, are you with us? Oh, there you are.
I am.
All right.
Good afternoon. My name is Natalie Bronner, and I'm the Director of the Division of Real Properties, and have one item today, a tenant improvement fund request. Per KRS 56813-2D, I'm reporting a leasehold improvement requested by the agencies occupying the Mayo Underwood building. This is located at 500 Merrill Street in Frankfort, which is PR 5537. The tenant agencies have submitted a request related to improving related to improving traffic safety in the parking garage, and it will alter the traffic flow pattern to one-way with related signage changes. Additional safety measures to slow traffic are included, such as installation of delineators, stop bars, and a crosswalk. 2 quotes were received, and the tenant agencies have requested to proceed with a low bid of $53,970 from CRN Development Company. And each agency has agreed to pay its portion of the expense. Any specific questions on this one?
Natalie, is that our parking garage here on site?
Yes, that's correct. And at Mayo Underwood, downtown.
Okay. Perhaps I've not been in that one. Okay. 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 Reggie Thomas is bringing me up to speed, Natalie. So you're off the hook on that.
Okay.
Let me confirm. Let's see. Improvement fund. And this does require action. Do we have any questions in addition to my silly question? All right. Thank you. Motion by Senator Girdler and a second by Senator Thomas. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Thomas. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair McPherson.
Yes.
Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Yes. The Tenant Improvement Fund request was approved. Thank you, Ms. Bronner.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so next, the report from the Office of Financial Management. We do have action items here. Can I get a motion to roll the 3 KIA loans and the Cleaner Water Program grant reconciliation into one roll call vote?
So moved.
Chair Petrie and second by Senator Maiden. All right, I believe Sandy Williams. Oh, there you are, Sandy. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Joining us remote. I, for one, love seeing you and Ms. Bronner in person, but I'll take you remote.
Thank you for that flexibility today. And thank you, Chair Funky Fromeyer and members of the committee. I'm Sandy Williams, Executive Director with the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority. Pursuant to KRS 224A100, the authority does have 3 loans and 1 grant for the committee's review today. First, our Clean Water State Revolving Fund. The City of Shepherdsville Fund A loan in the amount of $6,916,881 is for the second phase of the Blue Lick Road Drainage and Sanitary Sewer Improvement Project. This phase will include the construction of a stormwater trunk line, which will create an outlet for trapped runoff that is inundating the sewer system and nearby homes. Construction of the trunk line will help to reduce water runoff and infiltration and inflow into the sewer system. This will be a 20-year loan with a 2.25% interest rate and was approved at the July 10th KIA board meeting. Next, from our Drinking Water State Revolving Fund, the City of Auburn. Their Fund F loan in the amount of $967,785 is for their lead service line and water main remediation project. This portion of the project consists of the replacement of approximately 5,000 linear feet of 2-inch galvanized and 6-inch cast iron pipelines with PVC. The existing lines are over 50 years old, and their excessive leaks have led to extreme water loss. The co-loan to this loan is the second City of Auburn project. Their second lead service line loan in the amount of $482,215. And this is for the lead service line replacement portion of the project, where they will be replacing lead goosenecks and joints, which will be replaced in conjunction with the water main replacement portion of the project. Both loans will be 20-year loans with a 0.5% interest rate, and both loans were approved at the July 10th KIA board meeting. And for the one grant-funded project, this is a reallocation of funds from round 2 of the Cleaner Water Program grants. The grants originated in House Bill 1 of the 22 session, and this sewer grant is a reallocation from the county allocation pool for the city of Corydon. And I would be happy to answer any questions.
Does any member have any questions? Representative Petrie?
Yes, thank you. Sandy, thank you. And on the reallocation cleaner water program, now that, as you stated, that came from House Bill 1 in the 2022 session, how much more reallocation do we have left, or how much more money's in that particular fund, or is this at the very end? Just if you know.
I do. Yes, that's a great question. So all funds available for projects have been awarded to specific projects. In this particular case, and what the committee may see going forward, is the original project received $50,000. It was for a sewer system maintenance project. They actually came in under budget, so $39,000 and change. This $10,468, $10,468 was left over, and they moved it to a project that needed additional funds. We would only reallocate funds if we felt certain that they could spend the funds to meet the deadline of December 31st, 2026. Just to remind the committee members, these Cleaner Water Program funds did come from ARPA, and there is a spend deadline, again, December 31st of 2026. We are preaching that from the rooftops to make sure that all systems spend their funds, because we certainly do not want anyone to send money back from Kentucky to the federal government. I hope that answered the question, sir.
That is perfect. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, and I want to make sure that it's on record and we're all clear. Is there a deadline by which those ARPA funds have to be expended?
The ARPA funds must be expended by December 31st, 2026.
Oh, very good. I thought I misheard that. So the end of this calendar year, if it's not spent, it gets returned, right? Or 26, sorry, by the end of 26. That's
Yes.
all the time. There is no extension. That's the end of it. It goes back. Is that right?
It goes, I tell people it would literally take an act of Congress to change that date.
Well, good. Thank you for clarifying the date. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sounds like a 17-month countdown. We've just put that in stone. Senator Thomas.
Yes, Madam Chair. With your permission, I'd like to ask Representative Petrie a question.
Representative Petrie, are you open to a question? Would you like to take the witness stand?
No. But thank you, though. I appreciate the opportunity.
I'm just curious, because I'm still new to this. When you ask questions like the reallocation, are you just trying to confirm that the project stays within the budget? Are you concerned? I mean, are you worried or concerned that these projects may go over budget with any expenditures that they're making, as presented in this committee?
A few concerns. I don't have anything specific that leads me to, I know this is happening. It's just that these reallocations have been occurring. I understood that they've all been allocated somewhere. How much and by what criteria we continuing to move money, and I see the dollar figures are drawing down, and I also took the opportunity to make sure, what was that date again?
December 31st, 2026.
Just an opportunity to make sure that we've got that under belt also.
Yeah, I'm just asking for my own edification because, as I say, I'm still new and trying to understand
Yeah, and
the work of this committee.
And I think Sandy did a great job, Ms. Williams did a great job of answering the question. She has to balance, we have funds available, and Sandy, please correct me if I'm wrong, but we have funds available under a program that was set forth by the General Assembly, which is dependent on guidelines and requirements at the federal level, and you can't reallocate to just anything. But is it something that can be used under the time frame and still be within the spirit of what the feds require and what the General Assembly has indicated? Fair enough, Sandy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Representative Petrie.
Thank you, Sandy. That is such meaningful clarity that I believe will help us all. So these 4 action items, we would like a motion to make a vote on these to approve.
So moved.
A motion by Senator Maiden and a second? By Representative McPherson. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Thomas. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair McPherson.
Yes.
Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Yes. The 4 action items were approved. Thank you, Ms. Williams.
Thank you very much.
All right. On our next, we have the Economic Development Fund grants. Action is required, and we do have an option to roll the 6 EDF grants into one roll call vote. Does any member object to that? All right. Motion by Rep. Thomas to roll those in. And is that Kylie? Hello. We're missing your K. But you brought with you another friend who is, will you both introduce yourselves, please?
Thank you so much for having us this afternoon. I'm Kylie Palmer, Deputy Commissioner for the Department for Financial Services at the Cabinet for Economic Development, and I have someone joining me today.
Good afternoon. I'm Shana McDonald, and I'm also with the Cabinet for Economic Development, and I'm the Director of Personnel and Finance.
Welcome, Shana.
Thank you.
I think this is your first time
Yes.
before capital projects. Well,
Yes,
welcome.
ma'am. Thank
we're,
you.
We're very, very kind and diligent.
And fun.
All right. You may begin your testimony, Kylie.
Perfect, thank you. Today we're going to present 6 projects, as you mentioned, and these are the first 6 of the KPDI, Kentucky Product Development Initiative Program of 2024. First, we have the City of Danville on behalf of, I think. Thank you. Go ahead and roll the. I'm sorry, and it will only be me from now on. Or Shannon might. So we're going to roll all 6, correct? Before I get going. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll talk slower. Sorry. We got a lot. So I'll go slow, though. Okay. First up, City of Danville. On behalf of the Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Authority, this project was approved by KEDFA for a $1,013,000 KPDI EDF grant, and this is for a road project that will provide an extension of the existing industrial park in Danville. The new road will be built on the city's dedicated right-of-way and provide access to open up an additional 89 acres for future development. The required local match participation for this project is 20%, and matching funds are provided by the Industrial Foundation. The total potential investment for this project is $1,220,000. Okay. Next, we have the City of Somerset on behalf of the Somerset-Pulaski Economic Development Authority. And this was approved for a project with a potential investment of approximately $1.6 million. The project is seeking assistance to continue the development of the Spida Commerce Park with phases 2B and 2C consisting of road and infrastructure improvements. Spida will provide the required 17.5% local match, and this project was approved by KEDFA for $1,347,016 in KPDI EDF grant. Next, Hopkins County Fiscal Court, on behalf of the Madisonville Hopkins County Economic Development Corporation, was approved by KEDFA for a $288,118 KPDI EDF grant, and this is to assist in the completion of the due diligence study on an industrial site located in Hopkins County. The required local match for this project is 15%, and matching funds are provided by the local EDC. Total potential investment for this project, $338,963. Next, we have Laurel County Fiscal Court on behalf of the London Laurel County Economic Development Authority. This was approved for a project with a potential investment of $750,000. This project is seeking assistance with the continued development of the McDaniel Industrial Park with the creation of a 1,400-foot entrance road. The London Laurel County Economic Development Authority will be providing the required 20% local match, and the project was approved by KEDFA for a $625,000 KPDI EDF grant. Next, we have Montgomery County Fiscal Court on behalf of the Mount Sterling Montgomery County Industrial Authority, approved by KEDFA for a $2 million KPDI EDF grant, and this is for site prep and infrastructure improvement projects at the Walters Industrial Park in Mount Sterling. The required local match participation for this project is 20%, and matching funds are provided by a local grant with a total potential investment for this project of $2.4 million. Last, we have Taylor County Fiscal Court on behalf of the Campbellsville-Taylor County Industrial Development Authority. They were approved for a project with a potential investment of approximately $2.1 million. This project is seeking assistance to construct a new build-ready pad on the 53.5-acre parcel in the Heartland Commerce and Technology Park in Campbellsville, and both the city and county will participate in providing the required 17.5% local match. This project was approved by KEDFA for a $1,751,421 KPDI EDF grant. The 6 KPDI EDF grant projects presented today were identified by an independent site selection consultant as having a potential for a future investment or a location of an economic development project. All projects were recommended by Secretary Knoll, and we do have a signed concurrence letter from Secretary Johnson. These projects were accepted at the June 26th KEDFA board meeting and presented and accepted by State Prop and Building Commission on July 22nd.
Great. Are there any questions from our members?
My main concern was you got Speeda in there is the only thing I was concerned about.
I looked right at you when I presented that
I saw
one.
that.
I wanted to
appreciate
recognize that.
And I read your lips and heard it too. Thank you.
I was hoping for a little enthusiasm from you, Senator Girdler.
I went to a Reds ball game last night with 9 grandkids. So I'm not really prepared for this. And by the way,
is it a victory?
No, I didn't stay at the Holiday Inn. That's the reason I ain't up to snuff with Reggie and Petrie here.
Well, on that note,
I make a motion we do these things.
A motion. Do I have a second? A second from Senator Thomas. Okay. Seeing no further questions, Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Thomas. Representative Petrie.
With a slight reservation, yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair McPherson.
Yes.
Chair Funky Fromeyer.
The 6 EDF grants were approved. Thank you, Ms. Palmer, and welcome. Office of the Financial Management. I promised that we wouldn't be too tough. We've got Mr. Starkweather here, our Deputy Executive Director. He'll present agenda items number 6C and 6D. These are new conduit debt issues and 3 SFCC debt issues requiring 2 previous debt issues. Those require no action. Mr. Starkweather.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Steve Starkweather, Deputy Executive Director, Office of Financial Management.
We have one new bond issue report to present for the committee's approval. The Kentucky Housing Corporation Multifamily Conduit Revenue Bonds, SOCAR, Northern Kentucky portfolio for an anticipated net proceeds of $25,987,000. This issue includes Nottingham Flats and Osage apartments for a total of 216 units. The KHC inducement resolution was approved on July 1st, 2025, with an anticipated private placement sale date of August 29th, 2025. This is a conduit transaction. The bonds are a liability of the developer and are not a liability of the Housing Corporation or the Commonwealth. Staff requests committee's approval.
Any members have any questions on that? Okay. Do we need a motion? Okay. Members, do I have a motion to accept? So moved. And a second by Representative Thomas. Okay, Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll? Representative Thomas, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Thomas. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair McPherson.
Yes.
Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Yes. The new conduit debt issue was approved, so you can continue with the two debt issues requiring no action.
Yes, ma'am. First, we have $120 million of Kentucky Housing Corporation single-family mortgage revenue bonds sold as $60 million of 2025 Series C non-AMT with a tick of 5.183% and $60 million of 2025 Series D. Those were taxable with a tick of 6.09%. Both series were dated June 4th. Second, we have a $95.3 million Kentucky Higher Education Student Loan Corporation bonds. They were sold $27.92 million of 2025 Series A1. Those are tax exempt with a tick of 4.8713 and $67.38 million of 2025 Series A2 sold as taxable with a tick of 6.2044. Both series were dated June 11th, 2025. And as you said, these are informational items.
Great. Are there any questions from our members? Okay. Don't need to do a roll call, do I? No action?
No, we just need to roll the SFCC.
Okay. So as we'll continue with the three SFCC debt issues requiring action, do I have a motion and a second to roll those into one vote? So moved. A motion by Representative Thomas and Co-Chair McPherson. Okay. Does any member object? All right. Mr. Starkweather, you can continue, please.
Yes, ma'am. Fleming County at an estimated par of $7 million is 100% instructional and no tax increase was required. Russell Independent at an estimated par of $4.125 million, 100% instructional and no tax increase required. Washington County at an estimated par of $8.5 million. This is a Phase 3 project as a GO bond for an athletic facility. 3% SFCC sponsored at $281,000.
And Senator Thomas, do you have a question?
Yes. To start with, I want to make sure I understand this. The Fleming County bond issue going to be used to build an elementary school, is that correct?
That's my understanding, yes, sir.
The Russell County, those are just improvements they're making to the school, is that correct?
That's my understanding as well.
And in the Washington County, they want to build a new high school.
In Washington County, a new high school was built, and this phase of the project is an athletic facility.
Okay, added to it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And Senator Girdler?
I don't have a question. I'm just going to make sure it's not Russell County because that's my district. It's Russell Independent from Greenup County. Yeah. I don't want somebody from Russell County calling me.
Understand.
So, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Any further questions or comments? Okay. Do we have a motion and a second? Senator Thomas and Senator Girdler are both on the move, and they move. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Senator Girdler. Senator Maiden. Senator Thomas. Representative Petrie.
I will vote no, based on an athletic facility being included in one of those that was rolled together. Thank you.
Representative Stalker.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair McPherson.
Yes.
Chair Funky Fromeyer.
Yes. The 3 SFCC debt issues were approved. Thank you, Mr. Starkweather.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So as we review the remaining calendar, we've got August 26th with my co-chair, September 23rd, myself, October 21st, and then November 18th for your planning purposes. That is going to be reconsidered. There's a house retreat at that same time. So we're looking for another date on November. You might need to bring us Thanksgiving dinner, Senator Girdler. And then December 16th is scheduled. All right. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you. You try really hard to keep me on track, don't you?
It doesn't require the